Hello all, how we all doing? It's your boy back at it again with another video, and today we have a new collection video. I'm doing another collection video, another collection overhaul, and today is a bit of a different one. Normally you see people, they do their labels or they do like their comic book movies or stuff like that, like Marvel and DC. But this time for me, I'm going to do my South Korean film collection because I'm a massive fan of South Korean films and South Korean cinema. Uh, South Korean directors are in my top 5 directors of all time. I absolutely adore the output of Korea. Like, we're going to see through this, I only have 3 directors, but just the body of work that I have seen from South Korea is absolutely fantastic. There is something just so amazing about it, and I just love it. And I love every rewatch and new film that I discover. And I just felt like I wanted to talk about it because it's been on my mind. I've been doing a lot of like rewatches, like I said, and I just want to talk about it really. So strap in. This is, I don't know how long this one's going to be. There's a small stack here, fairly decent size. Yeah, we're just going to crack onto it. We have lots of different labels in here, like Arrow, Cruise on Eye, Tartan, Extreme Asia. There's a Criterion in here as well. So this is a bit all over the shop, but nevertheless, it's nice to have some of these films on Blu-ray and 4K, and a couple of DVDs in here as well. So grab a drink, grab some popcorn, let's get on with it. So first we're going to go on with the titles by the director Kim Ji-woon. And first off we have his South Korean horror film, Tale of Two Sisters. And this is a fucking mind-bending film. Like, I did not see it coming. We have the nice Arrow edition here. Yeah, it's about 2 sisters who come back from a mental asylum, and they have to deal with their mentally abusive stepmom. And yeah, it's just it's a wild tale, and there's some freaky imagery. I don't want to go too into detail about this film because this film needs to be seen. It is a staple of Asian cinema and South Korean cinema. It's a great Asian horror movie, great South Korean horror movie. Yeah, I think Kim Ji-woon did a fantastic job with this. It's really well acted. The 2 young girls do a really fantastic job. The lady who plays the stepmom, she is very evil. She does a very good performance, and the dad is very sympathetic as well. But yeah, this is a really good addition, and I'm really glad I have this with the slipcover because yeah, A Tale of Two Sisters is really nice, and Arrow did a really nice job on the 1080p Blu-ray transfer on that one. Very happy to have that. I have recently spoken about this film by Kim Ji-woon. It is a action drama thriller, and that is A Bittersweet Life. Here it is on the DVD. Yeah, fantastic film. The more I sit and think about it, I've watched it twice now. The more I sit and think about it, the more I fall in love with this movie. Lee Byung-hung, I don't know how you say his name, but this fella right here, he's a fantastic actor. He's really good in this. He's very subtle, but the emotions he portrays is very good. The action in this movie is absolutely fantastic. It follows a hotel enforcer who is made to look after his crime boss's new young lover, and to see if she's cheating on him with a new young guy, and if it is, to deal with it. And it makes one mistake, and yeah, it really comes back to bite him, and it really makes him reflect on the life that he has and the life that he wants. Yeah, but this is the DVD transfer on here. It's a really good film. I would really recommend it. And if you've been subscribed to the channel recently, you will have known that I have picked up the 4K limited edition 4K transfer and Blu-ray here. Really happy to have this. Like I said, massive fan of South Korean cinema, and I didn't want to pass this up. I will link this in the description, but yeah, it comes with a nice digipack and book. Yeah, if you're a fan of this movie and a fan of South Korean cinema and or a fan of Kim Ji-woon, I would highly recommend picking this up. It does come in a standard 4K as well, but yeah, they did a really good job on this. The Second Sight do normally do a really good job on their transfers, but yeah, really good music as well. Got to say, really great music, and again, really well cast. I think there are some fantastic actors in a lot of these movies, I can't lie. Next by Kim Ji-woon is a fucking crazy film. This is the 2-disc special edition blue DVD. It is The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. Yeah, right. Set in the 1930s, Mancunian desert, where lawlessness, I can't say it, lawlessness rules. 3 Korean men fatefully meet each other on a train. Do Wong is a bounty hunter who tracks down dangerous criminals. Chang Yi, who is played by Lee again, the leader of a group of tough-as-nails bandits, and Taegu, who's played by Song Kang-ho, who is from Parasite, The Host, Snowpiercer, Joint Security Area, fantastic actor. He's my favourite South Korean actor. Is a train robber with 9 lives. These 3 strangers engage in a chase across the desert to take possession of a map Taegu discovers while robbing the train. Also on the hunt for the mysterious map are the Japanese army and a horde of murdering bandits. In this unpredictable, escalating battle for the map, who will stand as a winner in the end? Forget Indiana Jones and the Man with No Name and experience the incredible, the original, and outrageously unpredictable, the good, the bad, and the weird. Yeah, this movie, I did not know what to expect, and oh my god, it is so good. I'd really recommend going to pick up this Blu-ray, this DVD. I'd really like someone like Arrow or Second Sight to pick this up, because yeah, it is a fantastic movie. It's really good. Give this a watch. The DVD was cheap as chips, so yeah, really well acted. Some crazy moments in there, honestly. And these 3 boys here. This guy's from The Warrior, Korean film. Give this some. They're all fantastic, and they have really good chemistry. Sang especially is fucking wild in this movie. I can't stress enough how good a movie it is. Probably this next film is probably Kim's most known film, I would say, for the sheer brutalness of this movie, and that is I Saw the Devil. Right, I heard things about this movie. I've watched this 3 times now, and it is unflinching in how fucking brutal this movie is. So, what's his name from OldBoy? Choi Min-sik from OldBoy. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but him from OldBoy, the lead of OldBoy, plays a serial killer. Kills a young woman, happens to be the police chief's daughter. Lee plays her husband, a special agent in some form of secret service or something in Korea, intelligence agency. And yeah, he goes on this cat and mouse chase to brutally fuck with Figgy's life in a form of vengeance. And it is like this catch release thing, and just, oh my god, it's so brutal. I remember I recently watched this again with my mate Josh, because I wanted to show him. I was like, you need to watch this fucking movie, we need to watch this movie, I need to show you this fucking brutal movie. He made a very good point. He's like, if he just killed him or captured him to begin with, so many other people would have gotten away, like would live and not get into any trouble. But I had to be like, no, the character of this, why this lead makes so many respect. He is grieving, and he's not grieving properly. So I think it leads to this absolutely brutal, unflinching film, and just some of the scenes are so fucking intense and brutal as well. It's so unsettling, but in the end, you just sit there and you're like, fucking hell, just, yeah, I Saw the Devil. It needs to be seen to be believed, if you ask me. It's fucking crazy. I can't lie to you at all. And the last film by Kim is a period piece. And that, like, period piece drama action, and that is The Age of Shadows. During the Japanese occupation, a group of freedom fighters smuggle explosives to destroy facilities controlled by the Japanese forces. A group of resistance fighters led by leaders second in command try to bring explosives from Shanghai to destroy key Japanese facilities in Seoul. It's a game of cat and mouse, and it's up to Korean-born Japanese police officer to infiltrate the resistance at all costs by befriending an antique dealer who is involved in the plot but never exposed. Yeah, it's a really, really good drama. It's really epic as well. I think it's shot beautifully. Again, Sang is in this movie as well. He's fantastic in everything he does. This is I literally had never heard of anyone talk about this movie before. It's kind of crazy. So, yeah, when I was going through a bit of a Korean binge, like last year, and I was collecting these films, I saw that this was one of Kim's, because I finally watched I Saw the Devil, and I was like, I need to watch all the rest of his films and pick up some more films, and this was one of them. And yeah, Age of Shadows is really good. It's a really nice Blu-ray transfer as well. I think it's quite cheap as well. I'd recommend Age of Shadows. It's a really underrated film, which not a lot of people seem to talk about. So yeah, I would highly recommend picking up Age of Shadows. It's really good. A great score as well. Again, like I said, it's shot beautifully. Alright, so that's all of Kim's films out of the way. Fantastic director. I need to see more of his films. I want to see Cobweb, which is about the director. That's also got Sang in it as well. I really want to see that, but I don't know where I can watch it. So that's going to be it's a quite a tricky thing. There's a lot of these movies aren't over here on DVD or Blu-ray, so I need to find imports of DVDs or Blu-rays to get them in the collection, because I'd really like to see some of them, like The Quiet Family. That's a Kim film that I want to see. Anyway, we'll get on. Well, let's move on to the next director, and the next director is one of my favourites. He's in my top 5, and that is Park Chan-wook. And I'm going to start off by saying that this one is my favourite movie. I know a lot of people are going to say it's not OldBoy, but how could it not be OldBoy? But this one is personally my favourite, and that is Joint Security Area. This is probably it might be my favourite Korean movie of all time. I think it's an absolutely beautiful tale. Again, Sang is in this. Lee is in this as well. They're both fantastic. Seeing them in a movie together is absolutely brilliant. And this is set in the neutral zone between North and South Korea, the ceasefire zone. I can't remember exactly its name. Yeah, sorry, the Joint Security Area. That's what it's called. And basically, an incident happens where 2 North Korean soldiers are shot and by a South Korean soldier, and one is also wounded as well. And it happens in North Korea, so they cross the border. And the lady of Korean descent, Korean heritage, don't know what the correct wording is. I did go to school for that. She is brought in she lives in Switzerland, and she's brought to Korea to work this out, and you get to see the events unfold as they're telling the recount of it, and seeing the tension between the 2 neighbouring countries that are at war is fantastic. And yeah, it's really heartwarming and fucking heartbreaking at the same time. It's got some great action sequences in it. It's funny. Yeah, this is a really nice Blu-ray. I've really loved the bit in the snow. Quite a lot of these films actually have snow scenes in them, and yeah, the use of snow, that scene was fantastic. Yeah, I would really recommend this. Pick this Arrow video up because the 1080p Blu-ray on this is really good, and it is the recipient of multiple accolades, including Best Film at the South Korean 2001 Grand Bell Awards. Yeah, rightly so. And yeah, Park did a fantastic job on this. It's a fantastic movie. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Next, we're going to go on probably his most acclaimed set of films, well, especially one of them, and that is the Vengeance trilogy here, which obviously comes with 3 films in there, and we'll go through them. We have Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. There we go, got Sang on the front there. The main guy, Sin Hakayu, I don't know if that's how you say his name. He's in quite a lot of films, actually. He was in some films coming up. He's actually, to be fair, he's also in this movie as well. He plays one of the North Korean soldiers, and again, they have really great chemistry, all of them together. But he plays a kid who is deaf and is mute, and basically his sister's got cancer, like kidney cancer, and I think it's kidney cancer or kidney failure, and he's got 10 grand, and he can't give her his because they're not compatible. So he goes to get a kidney transplant or something. I don't really know why he goes and gets it, but he does it. He gives over the 10 grand that he has, and he gets robbed. Then turns out his sister has someone that is a donor, but he has no money to do it. So he ends up, him and his girlfriend hatch this plan to kidnap a girl and get some ransom money. And yeah, it just does not go the way that you'd think it is. Like, it is a roller coaster of a movie, and this is. It actually might be my favourite in the Vengeance trilogy. I fucking love OldBoy, but there's something about this movie, because we're following a very silent protagonist most of the time, sign language and stuff like that. There's a lot of silence, the use of silence throughout this movie, and the quiet moments just ring harrowing throughout this movie, and yeah, it's incredible, and it's just shot beautifully. It's so gorgeous, like the way this is shot, and yeah, the ending just left me jaw dropped. I was blown away by it, but yeah, highly underrated, highly recommend it. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is fantastic. And this film needs no introduction. OldBoy. This was the first Korean movie I ever watched. I picked this up because I'd seen in multiple videos growing up that the one-take hammer scene in the corridor is one of the best fight scenes of all time. So when I started collecting Arrow Video and I saw this, I bought the bullet, and I had this originally on single Blu-ray. And one evening I sat down and watched it, and I was blown away by how much I enjoyed it and how fantastic a movie it is. Don't get it twisted, this movie is fucked up. It is so fucked. Like, the levels that one guy goes to revenge is fucking psychotic. It's crazy. But either way, Choi is fantastic in this. Choi Chow, I'm going to say Choi because Choi, Choi is fantastic in this. He gives a unbelievably fantastic performance, and it's nice to see him not as a villain. Like, it's like he's obviously the protagonist of this story, but it's nice to see him not as just a straight villain in quite a lot of other movies that you'll see. But he does a fantastic villain. I can't lie. I Saw the Devil was incredible. But yeah, this is movie is fantastic. It's shot beautifully, but it actually comes with quite a thick booklet. It comes with the OldBoy, and it comes with the Old Days documentary as well, which I still need to watch. It comes with the feature-length documentary from 2016 and a 3.5-hour video diary of OldBoy. That is fucking crazy. But yeah, actually, this is actually the original Blu-ray I actually bought. I took out the one that was in this set and sold that off, and I kept the original case. So this is the original Blu-ray. I just put it in with my box set. But yeah, so I have that, and then Lady Vengeance, which I actually watched last night. Yeah, it's my least favourite in the Vengeance trilogy. I think it's still got some of those amazing elements that part carries through. It's shot beautifully. It's well acted. It's incredibly fantastic. But I think it loses a lot of steam by the end of the movie. What version did I watch yesterday? Fade to black and white version, which like the end of the movie when they're dealing with a certain character. It goes into black and white. I quite like this because it breaks the fourth wall quite a lot. Like all of these films are so different from one another in this and the style they make, and that's why I fucking love Park. He just doesn't give a shit, and he just does whatever he wants. I also love the consistency of all three of those cases. They look fantastic. I love the different colours. But yeah, the lead actress is fantastic. She's great. Like I said, for the first half of the film I really enjoy, and then it kind of loses steam a little bit for me in the second half. I don't remember feeling that way when I first watched it. Maybe I was just in a bit of a tired mood when I watched it yesterday. But yeah, probably going to give it a rewatch at some point. Probably going to rewatch the whole trilogy again. I'm not going to lie to you, because there's fantastic movies. Park did a fantastic job with them. I can't lie to you. But yeah, that being said, absolutely love this box set. It's one of my favourites in my Arrow video collection. Pick up the Vengeance trilogy. You won't regret it, in my opinion. It's really, really good. And actually, as we stay on the Vengeance trilogy, I do also have the 4K Zavvi exclusive limited edition steelbook, which is really nice. It also comes with a booklet and 2 discs. Really nice 4K transfer. Yeah, as soon as I watched this in January when JSA came out, and I remember JSA got announced, and then this also got announced in January or February, so I picked them both up while also picking up the Vengeance trilogy box set. I was having a bit of a binge, and yeah, hands down became one of my favourite directors, and I rewatch his work all the time. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Now, a film actually I also watched yesterday, which is by Parker. This was the last film I hadn't seen in my South Korean collection, and I had to give it a watch. And this is the Tartan video release of I'm a Cyborg, But That Is Okay. And this film was so out there. It was not what I expected at all. So Young-goon is admitted into a mental institution believing herself to be a cyborg. She charges herself through a transistor radio. Soon, a fellow inmate steals the other's inmate's personality traits and believes he is fading while one day turning into a dot. When Young-goon refuses to eat, soon decides it's his job to get her on her feet again. This charming, tender, and visually arresting film cements Park as reputation as one of the most gifted and playful filmmakers working today. An offbeat romantic comedy, I'm a Cyborg is a touching and highly innovative film from one of Korea's best-known directors, Park. This charming, tender, and visually arresting film won Alfred Buder's Prize for work of practical innovation at the 2007 Berlin Film Festival. And yeah, that is fair. Yeah, so she believes herself to be a cyborg. She gets admitted into a mental hospital, and soon takes The Shining to a liking to her, and decides it's his job to try to get her to eat because she's slowly dying because of it, and they have a really nice bond. It's really surreal and trippy in a lot of places, but yeah, it's really funny, it's really sensitive, it's really good. Not what I was expecting at all. It's one of those films where I literally just got to be like, go pick this up and give it a watch. High recommendation from myself. I would really recommend it. It's fantastic. This one I recently watched as well, which was on my list, Sang Again, in Thirst, where a priest wants more from his life than just to listen to confessions. He wants to help more people, so he goes to a medical trial to get this disease and see if they can find a cure. He dies, sadly. He gets a blood transfusion, and from that blood transfusion he then has a desire for human blood. And then it leads him to having to deal with those sins, and then he meets he meets a woman who used to look after him as boys, her son. They used to play as boys, and he ends up falling for his friend's wife. There she is. And yeah, it then leads to them getting into a relationship and then planning to kill her husband. And yeah, just it goes on a wild risk. This is so out there for a vampire movie. It's, again, just shows that Park can do it all. Like he went from doing this to doing this. It's crazy. Yeah, this is a high recommendation from me. And yeah, the DVD's cheap as chips, so I'd go give that a watch as well. I'd really recommend Thirst. One of his biggest and acclaimed films here. This is the Cruise on Eye special edition of The Handmaiden, which is another period piece. Yeah, it comes with a theatrical and extended cut. In the 1930s Korea, during the Japanese occupation, Suki is hired as a handmaiden to a Japanese waitress who lives a secluded life on an enchanting and lavish estate with her domineering uncle. Yet Suki has a secret. She has been recruited by swindler posing as an illustration count to spy on the lady, so he can eventually seduce her and to steal her fortune. However, the swindler is not the only one who is seduced with a desire to seduce. Yeah, so she basically ends up falling in love with him. It's, again, he is such a great director with the misdirection that Park has in his movie. It's misdirection. What the misdirection that Park shows in his movies is absolutely crazy. I can't believe how well he does every time. This artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I really love this, and this was also pretty cheap as well. And for both films, you can't go wrong if you ask me. But yeah, I would highly recommend Cruise on Eye's release of The Handmaiden. It's really well done. It's really well done. I want to go into more detail about some of these films, but I don't want to give away too much because you just need to experience them, because they are just, it's just a journey. It's a fantastic journey. And his latest outing, A Decision to Leave, and this was one of my favourite movies of 2022. It was really good. I really enjoyed this. I need to pick up the 4K actually of this. I need to upgrade this. Returns with a seductive romantic thriller that takes his renowned stylistic flair of dizzying new heights. When Detective Hae-jun arrives at a murder scene, he becomes to suspect the man's wife may know more than she's initially letting on, but as he digs deeper into the investigation, Hae-jun finds himself trapped in a web of deception and desire, providing the darkest mysteries lurk inside the human heart. Yeah, another great tale of misdirection. Yeah, it was really good. One of the best films of 2022. I would really recommend this. Shot beautifully, score fantastic, well acted, the whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. It's fantastic. Give it a watch. Oh, I love Park so much. Fantastic. That's the movie release, yeah. This is by Mubi. It's one of the few films I have by them on Blu-ray. They do a good job on their transfers. Good job. So, we're on to our last director, who's in I Prefer More Than Park. And that is the fantastic, the brilliant Bong Joon-ho. Now again, when Cruise on Eye announced this box set, I pre-ordered it immediately. It's such a beautifully well done hard box. It's fantastic. It comes with basically all of his films. We have, so the running titles are Barking Dogs Never Bite, Memories of Murder, The Host, Mother, Snowpiercer, Parasite, and Parasite Black and White Edition. It's only missing one film out of this collection. But yeah, this whole set was absolutely well done. Cruise and I did a fantastic job with the 4K transfers. It comes with these nice illustrations of all the films and stuff like that. So Barking Dogs Never Bite is a dark comedy about a man who is his wife is doing better than him, and he's feeling a bit down in the dumps, and he's getting annoyed by a dog, and he was going to kill the dog, but he ends up not doing it. But then his wife gets a dog, and then he ends up trying to kill the dog again. And then there's a lady who works in the flats that they live in, and yeah, she ends up taking it upon herself to save the dog. And yeah, it's a wild film. Bong doesn't really like it at all, really. He's kind of disowned it, but it's quite good as it details the anxiety he was feeling about being a director, which is really good. Memories of Murder, his second film. My God, one of the most harrowing movies I've ever seen in my life. It's based on South Korea's first recorded case of a serial killer. It's brutal, it's dark, it's well shot, and it just by the end of it just leaves you with this big, like, I wanted to scream after it finishes, because the wild emotional ride that we go on through it is absolutely crazy. The Host is one of the best monster movies I've ever seen, but it's also a very gripping family drama as well. It's very harrowing, it's dark, it's depressing, it's filled with conspiracies. It's really well acted as well. It's just, it's so good. But yeah, The Host is fantastic. I did used to have a Blu-ray, but again, I sold off a couple of the Blu-rays that I had before to get this big box set and make it on room on the shelf. Then we got Mother, which is very underrated. A lot of people, when you say, "Oh, have you seen Mother?" they think of the one with Jennifer Lawrence by Orodowski, whatever his name is, who did Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream. I haven't actually seen that version of Mother, but this Mother is really good. It is about an old lady whose son, who has a mental disability, is blamed for a murder, and she has to prove his innocence. And just seeing the levels that this poor mother is going to is really heartbreaking, to be fair. And you're just like, oh, come on, you can do this. You really want her to be able to prove her innocence, because that's all she wants. All she cares about is her son, and it's a very heartbreaking tale. Honestly, it's really good as well, shot beautifully. Really recommend that one. And then you've got the phenomenal Snowpiercer with Chris Evans, John Hurt, Ed Harris. One of the best adaptations I've ever seen in my life. It's so good. It's so well done. It has some of my favourite action sequences in any action sci-fi dystopian. Especially the bit when they scream for the first time. They've got no bullets. Chills down my fucking spine. The bit with the in the tunnel on New Year's Day with the men in the balaclavas. Oh, the bit again where it's just like, we need fire, bring the fire. Oh my God, the fucking chills. The brutality of it is so good, and some of the scenes in it are just really well done. Oh, I love Snowpiercer so much. Oh, God, if I ever do a re-release of it in cinemas, I want to go. If they re-show any of these films in cinemas, I'm definitely going. And then you got the phenomenal Parasite, which actually I think was one of the last ones that I watched. But yeah, I watched both the colour edition and the black and white edition. They do a fantastic job. It's on a 4K transfer as well. A great tale of a family who are poor, and then they see a way of getting themselves rich, and they just get corrupted by it. And like the use of staircases throughout it to show the upward, like the actual physical motion of them going uphill for it all to come crushing down is incredible. I think Bong did a fantastic job on it, and yeah, every film in this set is worth watching in my opinion. I think they all have merit. I think they're all fantastic, and I think you would get, if you're a big South Korean fan, I think you'd get a lot out of buying this box set. I'd really recommend it. It is really fantastic, yeah, and it's just beautiful. I love the pink and white on this lovely blue-esque teal, like turquoise sort of box. But yeah, that is the Bong Joon-ho collection. It's absolutely fantastic. Before I show you some of the other stuff, I just want to mention the other film of his that was released on Criterion, and that is Ukja, which was a Netflix original film. This cast is incredible. You've got Taylor Swinton, Paul Dano, Stephen Yen, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Just to name some of the big American actors, but this young lady, she absolutely steals the show. Seo Hung? I don't know how you say her name, but basically this company breed these giant like super guinea pigs, sort of like they're like a mixture of pigs and hippos basically, and they do a whole PR stunt about like, oh, there's 26 of them and someone gets to look after them and they get taken away. But then this girl has grown up with her, and when they get taken away, it's her mission to get her back. Basically, it's really good. It's fantastic. It's funny, heartwarming, heart-wrenching. Oh my god! In the last 10 minutes, I was fine throughout the entire film, and then in that last 10 minutes, I fucking sobbed my eyes out. Absolutely fucking bawled my eyes out. But then it finishes on a really nice note still. But yeah, Okja is really good, and again, I don't think enough people talk about this in Bong's film catalog. It's really good, and the 4K digital remaster is fantastic on this. They've done a really good job. Would really recommend this. And the two other things that I have, which I've already got before, but I've got different. These two are actual 4Ks. So this one I've done a review for, which I'll leave a link in the description. But it's the new Cruise and I release of Memories of Murder. I had to get this. This is nice. Limited edition. It comes with a poster. Actually comes with 3 posters. I need to put one of them up on the wall. But yeah. Also comes with this one especially is really good because it comes with White Man, which is a short film by Bong, yeah, which I still need to give a watch. But yeah, Memories of Murder, again, I've already said enough, and I'll link that in the description below for you to listen to that. And then finally, I got this because I actually got this before picked up the box set, and yeah, it actually comes with both. Oh, what am I saying? It's Parasite, right? It's Parasite on 4K Steelbook. There you go, very nice. I should just show it off. I was losing my words there, but inside you get 3 discs, which are plain, but at the same time you get Parasite on 4K. You get the different artworks on there as well on the back, which is it's a really nice steelbook. It's a really great film. So you get Parasite on 4K, and you get it on Blu-ray, and you get the black and white edition on Blu-ray as well. But it's nice, yeah. I couldn't pass this up, and it is one of my favourite steelbooks in my collection. Absolutely love Parasite. It's really good. I really want to see it in cinemas. I'd really love to see it in cinemas, but yeah, really happy to have Parasite on 4K. Absolutely adore it. Bong is one of my favourite directors, and yeah, very happy with that. Whew, I've been talking for a little bit. I've been talking for at least half an hour, close to 40 minutes. Don't know how much I'm going to cut out. I'm quite tired. It's quite late. I've got back from the cinema. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Is there any films in South Korea that you think I should be watching? I know I want to pick up the Villainess and the Train to Busan movies. I'm going to pick up them when I get paid, I reckon. Definitely going to pick up the Train to Busan movies because I hear they're very, very good. But yeah, that being said, guys, I hope you get some good recommendations out of this. I would recommend all of these movies. There's not one in there that I think that I would say, no, don't watch it. I would say just go on the dive, get into it, because there's nothing like South Korean movies. They're fantastic. I'd probably say they're quite close to French cinema, but they've just got their own take on it, and it's absolutely fantastic, and I absolutely love it. It is my favorite foreign language film genre is Korean cinema. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I want to go to bed. I've got work in the morning. I've got a long old shift ahead of me. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a comment, leave a like. If you're new around here, absolutely love you. And yeah, cheers, boys. Cheers, gals. Cheers, everyone else. The they, thems, everyone. You know how it is. No matter who you are, if you're checking me out, I appreciate it. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace out. Bye.